Hi everyone. Good evening and hello again. Sorry, I'm a little hoarse because I was laughing too hard. I was playing a game online on Facebook with a friend, and you know how you can, I don't know, it's like a button you push and it shows like different faces that you can do and stuff. And one of them was like a game playing. So we were playing it. We were cracking up. We were little babies. It was funny. So let me say hello. Hello, Super Mario Logan. Hello, Oaklancy. Blue Eyes, Nanya, Samara, Marky, Charlie Girl Says, Mario's, and Leo's wife. Hello, 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 guys. So I'm live tonight to do the Girl Scouts murders for you. It was a case that I found very interesting, and I figured that you guys would find it interesting too. And like I've always told you guys, I'm trying to find cases that not many people have been doing, or if they have done, it's not from our community, it's from different communities. So I really try not to copy what all the other crime channels are doing. Hey, Austin James, good evening. So I always try not to do that. Other thing, hey Denise, the other thing, do I seem brighter? Can you guys see me better? Hey British Chippy. Does it look better? Does it look better with the light or without the light? Which one? Because I can even dim it. Maybe I'll dim it a little. Is that better? I just want you guys to be able, yes, lighting is better. Okay, good. I just want to make sure you guys can see me. And the lighting here, for some reason in my living room, I don't have, oh, wrong button, crap. Give me a minute, I'll turn it down. I don't have lighting on my ceiling. It's basically, I have to use lamps, so it's hard. So I got another lamp and I actually was able to place it, and it's got settings. So I just wanted to make sure you guys had a little better lighting. Oh yes, pretty in pink. Actually, it is a pink shirt. I didn't think going live in my bathrobe would be a good thing, because I was in my bathroom prior to this because it was cold. Hey, Misdemeanor. I'll be listening, leaving on an early morning trip, so busy. Ooh, are you going anywhere fun, old Clancy? Are you going on vacation or is it business? That hair, if you put it down, you would be ready for the town. I know it is so long. Actually, it's funny you guys say that because Sunday I had family over and I actually had my hair down. And my sister-in-law was like, oh my God, your hair has gotten so long, it's pretty much to your butt now. And it really is. It's like right on my lower back, where right above my butt. Oh, a lake house, Oaklancy. Well, I hope you have fun. That's a little better. You always look good no matter what the situation is. Aw, thank you, Austin. Show Jenna some love. Tips are welcome. Oh, thank you, Leo's wife. All right, guys. So let's get started, shall we? My mom's hair was to her tush. Yeah, I've always had long hair all my life. All my life. Hey, Dog Mom. Welcome. You're just in time. I was just about to start. I wanted to give everybody a few minutes to come in. I'm really sorry about my voice, guys. I don't know what it is. I got like a tickle. Actually, give me a minute. Let me get a drink, see if that helps. Okay, that should be better. Hopefully. I don't know what it is. Hey, Kevin. I don't know if it's the change of the season or because I was laughing so hard with my friend playing those games. I was cracking up. You're actually very near that former Girl Scout camp. Oh, really, Okolancy? So, I'm doing the crime of the Girl Scout murders. So, on June 12th, 1977, the Girl Scouts were excited to go to Camp Scott for 2 weeks. They all worked to sell their Girl Scouts cookies so they could go. Camp Scott is in Oklahoma. It's situated on a beautiful 400 acres. The camp was built in the 1920s with the funds from selling all the Girl Scout cookies. So every year, this camp hosted like a Girl Scout gathering where it was for 2 weeks. All the Girl Scouts would come, and their selling of their Girl Scouts cookies would pay for them to go to camp for 2 weeks and just have fun. And do a lot of Girl Scout things, earn badges and stuff like that. Damn, an evening surrounded by pretty women don't get any better. So, 3 girls who were not friends, but they had become fast friends because they were placed in the same tent. Their names were Lori Farmer, she was 8 years old. Michelle Guzin was 9 years old, and Doris Milner was 10 years old. Their tent was the farthest tent away from the rest of the tents. They were the furthest away from the camp counselors. They were the furthest tent. They were in tent 8. And this tent was tucked away in the back. It was the last tent on the row, and it was tucked way in the back, like basically in the woods. Where most of the other tents were closer to the road, this tent kind of sat back, and it sat in the woods next to where the shower rooms were. That is where the tent ended up. And these 3 girls ended up getting that tent. So, they arrived, basically. So when they got their rooms, they became fast friends and became really close. The counselors at Camp Scott arrived 2 months before the kids did for training, for setting up, things like that. But when one of the counselors one night went into her tent to get ready for bed for the next day, they were gearing up for the children to arrive. She had noticed that her tent was vandalized. And she didn't think much of it. Things were taken, things were spread about. She had bought a box of donuts, and she noticed that the donuts were eaten out of the box. She opened the box, kind of disappointed that somebody ate the donuts. And she had noticed inside the box of donuts, there was a note. So she opened up the note, and the note said that they had promised to murder 3 children at the camp this coming year. Well, the counselor ended up dismissing the letter, took it as a prank. Because, like she said, when it was vandalized, there wasn't anything missing. It was more kind of thrown about with the donuts eating, and at night after their training and after their setting up and stuff, they would sit by the campfire and they would tell scary stories and stuff. So she just thought it was one of the counselors playing a trick on her and just wrote something scary in the donut box, and she dismissed it. It's something that she regretted all her life since the next day. So the day the children arrived was on June 12th, 1977. The children all came fully excited, happy to be there. It was 2 week stay. It was a busy day, checking everybody in, making sure that all their stuff went to the right tents. But on that night, they had rain and thunderstorms. Well, because of the rain and the thunderstorms, they did not do a fire that night. So they basically told all the kids that they needed to go into their tents due to the severe thunderstorms. So at 7 o'clock, all the children went to their tents, including Lori, Michelle, and Doris. They went into their tent, and that was the last time they were seen. Lori and Michelle and Doris were in their tents. It was the tent, like I said, furthest away from everyone. It was tucked in the woods near the showers. And the camp counselors and the campers said throughout the night they could hear noises, but nothing alarming. You know, it was a thunderstorm. They were all new noises, so they weren't really worried about it. The next morning at 6 a.m., a camp counselor had woken up. And I don't know if it was from in 1977, they just didn't do checks on the tents, but they did it. I know when I went to day camp and I, would go to camp for a week or stuff, they always had the camp counselors check on us all throughout the night. They had a schedule. They constantly checked on us. So when I was doing my research in 1977, I don't think they did that, because they said that in all my research, it showed that they put the girls in their tent at 7 o'clock. That was the last time anybody saw them. And so I found that kind of odd, but back in the day, things weren't how they are nowadays. So the next morning, a camp counselor had woken up, and she wanted to get a fresh start of her day. It was 6 a.m. All the campers had needed to be up at 7 to have breakfast, so she headed towards the showers to take a shower. The counselor was heading to the showers, and the counselor noticed something on the side of the path. The closer she got, she saw a sleeping bag, and then another sleeping bag. And then she saw a body, a little girl's body. She ran back, reported it. Police came and everything, and what they found out was that the sleeping bags weren't just sleeping bags. Inside the zipped sleeping bags were Michelle and Lori inside the zip sleeping bag, and the body outside the zip sleeping bag was Doris. So basically, that caused for, everybody to have to be separated. The police came. Soon it was proven that it was them, Michelle, Lori, Doris. They were murdered 150 yards from their tent. Autopsies showed they had been raped, bludgeoned to death, and strangled. Also, left behind at the crime scene was a red flashlight, which was found on one of the girls' bodies. Also, a 9.5 footprint in blood inside the tent. They also found a fingerprint on the lens of the flashlight, and they also found a piece of hair. Between 2:30 and 3 a.m., a landowner heard quite a bit of ruckus, and it was on a remote road near the camp and his home. So other than the campers hearing a little bit of ruckus and this landowner coming forward saying he heard ruckus on the road, nobody saw anything, nobody heard anything. Investigators found a single hair that did not belong to the victims. After the hair was analyzed, it was determined that it likely came from a Native American. This is what led police to the suspect, Green Hart, who was a Cherokee. Hart had an extensive criminal record. He had been given 3 10-year sentences in 1966 for raping 2 pregnant women. However, he was paroled in 1969. 3 months later, he was arrested for burglary. He then escaped from prison in 1973 and went on the run, and remained in hiding until the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders. Due to Hart's Cherokee ancestry, race became a central and contested part of the investigation. Some local Cherokees and other Native Americans believed that Hart had been unfairly scapegoated because of his background. Native Americans helped Hart while he was on the run. After a massive 10-month manhunt, authorities finally tracked Hart down in a remote tar paper shack located 50 miles from Camp Scott. In 1979, Hart was tried for the death of the 3 Girl Scouts. However, he was acquitted by the jury. The contested hair was examined by Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation forensic chemist Ann Reed. She said while it seemed identical to Hart's hair, she could not completely certain it was a match. Even though Hart was not convicted for the Oklahoma Girl Scout murders, he was sent back to prison to complete a sentence of over 300 years for his other crimes. Now, he later died at the age of 35 on June 4th, 1979, after suffering a heart attack. But they could never, basically, there was enough evidence, but back then there wasn't, they don't have what we have nowadays. They didn't have DNA. They had the hair, they had the footprint, they had the fingerprint, but they couldn't prove it because of back then. And this guy was a very dangerous man. And still, these jurors ended up acquitting him. And that is why this is still an unsolved case after, 50-something years now, I think it's been, and it's still unsolved. Hart's sister believes that her brother was innocent despite his prior history of committing sex crimes. The question of Hart's guilt or innocence divided local residents. Starting in 1989, investigators compared semen found on the victims to Hart's DNA using new techniques, but the test never yielded a conclusive result. When the testing was conducted in 2008, technicians could not create a profile of the man who killed the girls. District Attorney Gene Hayes said that if the test had been successful, the DNA profile could have been compared to known DNA profiles of suspects and entered into the DNA database for possible matches. The crime remains unsolved, and the lack of answers has caused more emotional turmoil for the victims. I truly believe that he was the one that murdered these children. I really do. The family, 2 of the family members, families later sued the Magic Empower Council, and it sued for $5 million, alleging negligence I couldn't even say that right. Negligency. The civil trial included decisions of the threatening no and the fact that tent 8 was 86 yards from the counselor's tent. In 1985, by a vote 9-3, jurors decided in favor of the Magic Empire. By that time, Hart had already been dead. As a convicted rapist and a jail escapee, he still had 305 years on his 308-year sentence left to serve in the Oklahoma State Penitentiary. Richard Goose, the father of one of the 3 victims, went on to help the state legislature pass the Oklahoma Victims Bill of Rights. He also helped found the Oklahoma Crime Victim Compensation Board. Another parent, Sherry Farmer, founded the Oklahoma chapter of Parents of Murdered Children. It's a support group. But I found, even though there wasn't really a lot to this case, I enjoyed reading about this case. And now I'm going to show you guys some pictures also before I finish talking. Well, before I look at chat, hold on. Sorry. I just got to open these up. And these are from, they're not very bad. I would give you guys a trigger warning if these were bad pictures. They're not bad pictures. So just give me a minute to get to them, and then I will screen share. So you guys kind of have an idea of what the crime scene looked like back then. Okay. And usually, like with the Cheryl Coker case, I did a screenplay to kind of give you guys what Cheryl looked like and all that stuff, but I ended up getting a copyright strike because I played music that they said was free. So I'm not going to do that this time. I'm just going to screen share instead. So bear with me. Okay, can I make it bigger? So this is the road going into Camp Scott. This was the sign that the Girl Scout Camp Scott used. This was their tent. This is what the tent looked like back in 1977. This is tent 8. And if you notice, it kind of sits back. I think I have a better picture that kind of really shows you how far back and how far away it was from all the other tents. And where you could see, because the tents weren't made like they were back, how they are now. So because this tent was set back on the access for the person that murdered them. And I definitely think that the note was definitely a sign that this was going to happen, because in the research that I did, it looked like the counselor was there 2 months prior, but she got the note a week before the girls ended up showing up at that camp. This is him arrested in 1977. This was them in their, it shows 2 of them, but they had all their sleeping bags out, but only 2 of them were inside the sleeping bags, completely zipped up. The other girl was left outside her sleeping bag. These are the girls. This is Doris. No, this is, yes. Give me a second. I believe, if I remember correctly, this is Lori. this is Michelle and this is Doris. Yes, that's how it went. So this one is Michelle with the ponytails. This is Michelle in the middle, and Doris is on the end. These are the cops at the crime scene. And I think, oh, where's my other pictures? I gotta stop sharing for a second. I gotta find the other pictures. Let me see what chat says. Let me go up. I haven't looked at chat in a while. Guys, you guys are all gabbing tonight. I love it. Yeah, they need to revisit this one now that they have the technology. They do. But they're saying, what they're saying, misdemeanor, is the hair is not, doesn't have enough of the follicle, and the blood that they have is, they can't get a sample off the blood to even put it in the database, which is a shame. But at the same time, that's what happens when, you know, cases are so long. First it was reported they were all raped, then said none were, but the truth finally came out that only 2 of them were raped. The piece of garbage. Yes. Let's see. I wonder why they haven't yet, because the reason they haven't yet is because the blood wasn't enough to be able to put into the database. So basically, let me get back to my notes and I'll read it to you guys. Hold on. Let me find my notes. Where is it? Let me look. A red flashlight was found, a fingerprint was found, but it had never been identified. A footprint from a 9.5 shoe size was also found in blood in the tent. In 1989, DNA testing was done and proved that in DNA testing at the time, 3 of the 5 probes matched Hart's DNA, making the chance Hart was the killer 1 in 7,700 in 2008. Authorities conducted new DNA testing on stains found on a pillowcase, the result of which proves inconclusive because the samples were too deteriorated to obtain a DNA profile. In 2017, $30,000 in donations were raised by the sheriff in order to do a new DNA testing using the latest advances in testing. But in 2017, and I could not find, even after he raised all that money, I could not find the results of that at all, no matter where I looked. DNA results. Let me look. Investigators looking into the killings of the 3 Girl Scouts in Mazur County more than 30 years ago have hit another dead end. County District Attorney Gene Hayes announced Tuesday that recent DNA test results showed physical evidence in the case likely came from the victims. Hayes says investigators had hoped DNA tests on stains found on a pillowcase might have confirmed a suspect in the case. It says the girls were discovered. We know that. We know that he escaped. We know that he died in prison. The district attorney announced today that DNA testing of evidence from the 1977 murders on 3 Girl Scouts in Mayors County is inconclusive. The testing using the latest DNA technology was conducted by a private laboratory under contract with the Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation. The test sought to establish a DNA profile of the person or persons who sexually assaulted and killed the girls. However, crime scene evidence was too deteriorated to obtain a DNA profile. If the test had been successful, the DNA profile could have been compared to the known DNA profiles of the suspects and entered into a DNA database for possible matches. In 2007, the OSBI received a federal grant to have DNA evidence in unsolved cases examined by private laboratories using DNA testing. In April 2007, the OSBI contacted Hayes seeking permission to test semen stains from the pillowcases and evidence from an anal swab from one of the victims. Permission was necessary because the testing would completely consume the evidence from the swab. After consulting with the families of the victims, Haynes granted permission. In May 2007, they issued a report that no DNA results were obtained from the evidence. In June 2007, the remaining evidence from the pillowcases was returned to OSBI, who sent it to a forensic in Salt Lake City, Utah, for further testing. Let's see. No results were obtained from this sperm fraction, but a degraded partial mini STR DNA profile that genetically types a female was obtained from one of the pillowcase stains. It said the analysts on the parent sample and compared to the results to the partial female DNA profile obtained from the pillowcase by forensic in 2007 reported that the partial female DNA from the pillowcase cannot be excluded as being one of the victims. So basically, they just don't have enough to be able to test this DNA. They only have a certain amount and they're down to the last bit. But what makes people do such things like this? Hang in with Mr. J? I wish I knew. I really wish I knew. Mr. J, I think it's all related to pure evil. Yep. You have to be evil, right? You can't. There's nobody that can be normal and do these heinous acts. You know? They have to be insane. There has to be a chemical imbalance. I don't know what can make anybody think that murdering young children and bludgeoning them to death and raping them and leaving them in their sleeping bags when they're just trying to have a good time at a camp, how can you do that to children? I'll never understand it. And then, you know, from being on this morning about the Sophie case and then looking into this case, it's hard to see all the evil that's out in this world. Hey, Lufta. You know, there's so much evil out in this world, and the more I get into this crime stuff, and you know, I'm not the greatest yet, and I'm not. You know, I definitely need to come down, get down with a schedule. I have to get down with writing better, where I need to put it in like a Google Drive instead of on paper, because the paper is definitely confusing me. Because every case that I've done, guys, to be honest with you, has been written in this book. Every single case that I've done. And I fold them when I'm done. So I have, this one was the House of Horrors. This one was the Catfish. This one was the murders of Shanann Christensen and Christopher Newsom. This is the Cheryl Croker case. Then the Girl Scouts. Everything that I research, I write down in this book. And let me tell you, I feel like I'm in high school again because my fingers are killing me. So I was watching some crime channels today, and I noticed that they put a lot of it in Google Drive, which makes sense because I can actually look at the camera and talk. The only thing that I don't like is that when I'm looking at the Google Drive, I cannot see chat. So I got to try to figure that out. Let's see. Here's one of the camp counselors' interviews. Yes, I wanted to play that, but I knew I would get it copyrights tomorrow. Thank you for sharing that. You're not getting notifications today, Lufa? Maybe usually what I do is I unsubscribe and then I resubscribe. Let me scroll up and see if I'm missing anything. All right, nothing that way. Mandy McSpeed. Yes, I will, Mandy. Give me 1 second. Thank you, Denise. I'll get there. I'll get better. I know I'm gonna look at this. You know, like everybody grows. Like I was even watching Stephanie Harlow from back in the day when she first started to where she is now, and it's amazing to see how far she came. And I went into John Crimes and I looked back, and I went into Grey's and I looked back, and it kind of just helps me keep me going, because I have to tell you, it's not easy. And being behind the scenes, you know, it's hard. You know, it's hard. It's a lot of work to do this crime. It's a lot of work to research. It's a lot of work to pick the perfect case. And then you want to give it as accurate as possible, because we all know people on here love to critique things and love to point out when you're wrong or when you're right. So you overdo it, you know, and I just know the more I do this, I'll get better, you know. But when I get discouraged and I feel like that, that's what I do. I go and watch other crime. Like I really go in and I kind of watch, and I'm trying to learn from different creators. I'm watching their style. Like I don't want to take their style, but if I can see things that have made it easier for them, it's going to make it easier for me in the long run. But let me check that. Aw, thank you. I did, thank you. That was very nice of you. I appreciate that. Thank you. But I did get it. Yes, thank you. You're doing a great job, girl. I'm trying to focus on one missing person case, and it's rough. It is rough. It is. And oh my word, the pictures of the little girls with the bunches looks like a clone of my niece and me when we were younger. Oh, really, Mojo? Jenna, I searched Sophie Long today on YouTube, and you were the 6th or 7th video down. I'm not sure if that's because I'm subbed, but you were there. Oh, really, British Chippy? I don't know if it's because I'm subbed or because I know if you do hashtags and you do hashtags on like what you're researching or whatever, I I think that's what it is, but that's exciting to hear. And I have been gaining subs as I go, and I'm happy with that. Um, like I said, it's a lot of time and it's a lot of work, but I wouldn't trade it for the world. I really wouldn't. I like coming on here. Hey, Margie Jones. I like coming on here. I like talking to you guys about things that we all enjoy, which is crime cases. And sometimes I like coming on here just to talk to you guys. But it is kind of like, now I get it. When creators sit there and tell you it is a job when you're doing, yeah, when you're doing arts and crafts, that's a job too. And when you're doing makeup, that work. But for some reason, crime, it's just so much work because you literally have to go down rabbit holes. And that's the thing. Sometimes you go down a rabbit hole and it's too hard to come back. And then you're overloaded with info and you're like, what do I pick? Because I could be here for 2 hours explaining this case, because you can go down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole. Ah, thank you, Mojo. I'll get there. I know I will. And I'm okay. I love rabbit holes to a point, but when you're on kind of like a deadline, it kind of stinks. It kind of stinks. Just don't let it get you down, Jenna. It's a lot for your heart and it gets personal. It does. It does. It does get hard. And that's when I take that break and I step away. And I try to, because your heart goes out. For me, maybe because I'm just a caring person, but my heart breaks to read these cases because I think of what these people went through that are no longer with us. And then you think about the families and what they've gone through. Like, it's heartbreaking. So it's really hard, to know that this case happened in 1977 and they absolutely had the person responsible for this murder in cuffs and in front of a judge and jury, and they acquitted him. It's like now these families have, I'm sure, have suffered because they never got justice for their children, or they never got justice for their cousins or their nieces or anything, and it's so hard. But from the research that I looked at, it seems like he got acquitted because there just wasn't enough evidence. You can't just, because you think he's guilty, because he has a long rap sheet, was there evidence to kind of prove he was there? But the evidence that proved he was there, they could dismiss that evidence at the same time. I have a link for a video of one of the jurors interviewed too. Oh, cool, Samara, if you want to post that link. Samara, you want a job? I can't pay you. I can pay you in hearts. But you want a job? You can be one of my research girls. Just kidding. But if you're, just kidding. But I can pay you in hearts and love and appreciation. You're awesome, Samara. Thank you. But yeah, if you want to put the links, and actually, if you want to put them in my Discord after my live, I'll actually link those in my description. So you guys can go into my description of this video and actually click on them if you want to know more about this case. But basically, he got acquitted because reasonable doubt. They could dismiss everything that they brought forward to them. And that's the way it goes sometimes. I would love to help. Okay, I'll send them to you. Okay, great. I wonder how many on the jury were tribal members. It could be another O.J. Simpson. Maybe Austin. That's a good thought. I never even thought of that. Hart was also sort of a folk hero in the region. Very remembered as a high school football star. Really, Okolancy? Let's me look into that. Gene Hart, Girl Scout. Let's see if I can find anything on him. Alone. Jean Leroy Hart was born November 27th, 1943. He died June 4th, 1979. The only suspect in the case had been at large since 1973 after escaping from the Mayors County Jail. He had been convicted of kidnapping and raping 2 pregnant women, as well as 4 counts of first-degree burglary. Hart was raised about a mile from Camp Scott. Let's see if I can find anything else on him. He was raised a mile from there. It doesn't say anything more about him. Maybe if I write, sorry, see, you guys, I get down a rabbit hole. Give me a second. Let's see. See, it just shows pictures of him, but it doesn't tell much about him. And it's all like the DNA. Yeah. All right, I'll come back to you guys. Let's see. I would love it. Oh, many suggested he was falsely accused of the rapes and kidnapping, and he was convicted of, but the evidence was overwhelming. Yeah, in the rapes and the kidnapping, yeah. And is that the reason why that he probably did, because everybody felt like he was wronged in that one, so did they let him off on the murder? I don't know. Like, it makes you wonder if there was some jurors on there that were placed there for a reason, to make sure he got acquitted. Just my thoughts. Maybe get Jay for Justice to give you a shout out, Jenna. Maybe British Shippy. I wouldn't go that far, but maybe. I don't usually go into her lives much. But I'm not much of a talker anyways when I go into lives. But that would be nice. That would be awesome. It would be awesome if any of them did, you know? It would be awesome. But I'll get there. Like I said, I'm happy with the speed it's going. And I know that I'll get there. And when I get there, we're going to have a big 1,000 subscriber party. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to think. Maybe I can get 1,000 subscribers before Halloween, and we can have a big, huge Halloween party to celebrate my 1,000 subscribers. What do you think? Maybe that's a goal. Like, you know how people do, the poster boards and you put your goals and stuff on them. What is it called? Oh, I can't think of what it's called. But anyways, you basically put it on your wall and you stick all your goals and your wishes and stuff, and if you focus on it and you work towards it, you end up getting it. I forgot the name of it, but vision board. Thank you, Charlie Girl said. Yes, a vision board. And maybe I can do a vision board to set my goal in my mind to get me to 1,000 before Halloween. That would be that I would be live 5 months and I would have got to 1,000 subscribers within 5 months, which I think was really good. Put a big pumpkin in the middle. Exactly, British Chippy. And then maybe I could do something, like, I don't know, do like an Amazon gift card or something to show appreciation, but something where we could do like a panel party. Everybody can dress up. We can, celebrate me getting to 1,000. So I think that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to hopefully, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I'm going to work on it. I'm going to manifest. I'm going to get 1,000 subscribers by Halloween. Do a panel, yes. I'll dress up. I dressed up last year. Let me see if I have a picture. And I actually went on Laura's panel. Do I have it on my phone or do I have it on my computer? I don't remember. I think it's on my computer. And I was actually like a spider person. Let me see if I can share it with you guys. I don't know if anybody missed it last year. Yes, I do. Let's see. Which one do I want to do? Let me open up this one. Okay. Hold on. I'll screen share what I look like. This is what I looked like for Halloween last year. I wore a wig and I put spiders all in my hair for like a headband, but it's all spiders. And then I had a big spider down here. But that's what I wore to go on Laura's Halloween panel. Isn't that cool? That's what I was for Halloween. So I don't mind dressing up for Halloween. Mind you, for anybody that knows, Halloween is my absolute favorite holiday. My whole family knows it. Everybody knows that is my favorite holiday. I go all out for Halloween. I decorate my whole house. I decorate my whole porch. And I get so excited to watch little kids come to my door and say trick or treat, and I get to see them all dressed up. So yeah, so last year I handed out candy and I did a panel. So it was really fun. I did have a little something on my neck. It was called a big old spider. Ah, thank you, Samara. So that's my goal. Oh, thank you, Austin. That's my goal. Okay, this is a great video, but it's a mirror, so... Oh, I didn't read it. So, I'm looking for original narrates. Okay, Samara, no worries. My channel is all about my Halloween theme, people. Really, Local Lansley? That's awesome. I doubt we're allowed to do it this year. Whoa, I missed it. I'm decorating my office for Halloween. It was so much fun. I got a little, I'm really hoping that they're not going to cancel Halloween this year. I'm really hoping that they don't, because I love watching the kids. I live on a dead-end road, so I don't get many kids anyways. But when I do, I get so excited because they all look so cute and they're all excited and they come up to the door and they're like, trick or treat. and it's so cute. And last year, my my granddaughter was only a year old. She was a year old, and she was Baby Shark. It was the cutest Baby Shark I've ever seen in my life. She had like the whole head. It was all warm, and it had a tail, and she had the shark head on. It was the cutest things. I fell asleep last year and missed it. And missed Halloween. Oh, Lufta. I used to love taking my kids trick-or-treating. Too old now. Well, it's so funny. Not last year, the year before, me and my girlfriend, we love Halloween so much. We entered for trunk or treat, and it's basically you go to a parking lot and you decorate the trunk of your car, and you hand out candy, and all the kids come into the parking lot and they walk around to all the cars and they pick candy, right? So we decorated it as a Frankenstein's theme. So we had like a blow up Frankenstein that glowed. And then we decorated the whole SUV back part where we had like streamers and stuff. It was really cool. And then we dressed up as Frankenstein as well. We painted our hands, our face. We were dressed all in black. We spray painted our hands and everything. And we ended up winning first place. It was so funny. It was the first time we ever entered. And we actually won first prize. We were so happy. We didn't get anything. It was basically, we just got like a cute little ribbon that said first place. And it was kind of cute. We were excited. You get to find something for your baby nephew this year, British Trippy. It's so fun. I want to dress my dog up, but he'll eat it. Mojo, I hear you. Like my little dog, I would love to dress him up, but he wouldn't let me. And Dino, usually my big dog Dino, I just get him like a Halloween handkerchief and I tie it on him. I love to be in the U.S. for Halloween. It's gotten bigger here over the years, but you lots are nuts about it. We do go nuts about it. We really do. Like, everybody has Halloween parties, you know. Basically, yeah, we do Halloween parties where everybody comes over and you have a contest, like, for the best dressed and stuff. It's really fun. It is fun. But yeah, so I'm excited. So that's my goal. Let's see if I can get there. And I know with all of you guys helping me, I'll get there. I know it. I live too far out of town. I go into town and work with the fire department to throw a party in the school gym for the kids that can't afford it. That's awesome, Austin. That's so awesome. My nephew actually is a captain of a fire department in Delaware, and they did something. I think it was last year. They did something like that, and I thought it was so cool for the underprivileged children. Right, Samara? He is the man. Austin's the man. Hey, Eagle. How are you, darling? Can you stop licking my butt, please? Thank you. It tickles. Sorry, my dog's licking my butt. Ah, I see I got another PayPal. Thank you for who just PayPal'd me. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I don't know. I didn't see if there had a note in it if you wanted to stay anonymous, but I don't like saying whose people's names are anyways. I'd rather keep you guys anonymous because you guys can't, on PayPal, you can't really use you have to use your real name. So I feel bad and I don't want to do that. But, oh, thank you, Lufta. Thank you. You did. You were good. You put your name underneath so I knew. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I used to go overboard because with my daughter. Now I decorate my courtyard. Hope. Oh, I do too. I have blow up things. I have the light. I have where when they walk on the porch, we got ghosts that go nuts and stuff. Oh, yeah. My husband thinks I'm crazy, but I love it. I love Halloween. Yes, thank you, Luther. Yes, it was you. And the reason why I said it was because you actually put your YouTube name in the little note. So when people want to PayPal and you want me to be able to say, but most of the time people say they want to stay anonymous, and I am all for that. I understand and I try. But if you do a little note and just say who your YouTube name is, and if you don't mind me giving you a shout out, because I would like you guys to know that I do appreciate it when you guys do it. It does mean a lot to me. The little tiny, like a little tiny foghorn. Yes, and I have little smoke that blows. I'm telling you, I have like three or four big, huge Tupperware things full of Halloween stuff. See me getting all excited, you guys. We got to stop talking about Halloween. But I dread Halloween too because I know what comes after Halloween, and I don't like that word, so we don't say it. Starts with a C. If we could pass that holiday, I'd be happy. I don't know. I'm just not a in the spirit. My family calls me the Scrooge of that holiday. It's just too depressing for me. I don't know. I just can't. I don't know. I just have never liked that holiday. It's too stressful. Everybody spends way too much money, and then you're worried that nobody's going to like it. And then you spend all this money on your kids, and they play with the toy for 10 minutes or, a week, and then it's in a toy box collecting dust, and you ended up spending $50, but that was the toy they wanted, I don't know. I like the C word. You like it? See, I don't like that word. It's okay. Okay, it's official. Christmas is canceled this year. Thank you, Jenna. Thank you. That's it. Everybody see this? Samara says so. It's canceled. Christmas is canceled. Oh, Eagle, Halloween's your month, born on the 24th, so I love it. My nephew was actually born on Halloween. I always tell him that is like the coolest birthday ever. If I could have picked a birthday, I would pick Halloween. That is like the coolest day to be born, I think. But see, that's why me and you click so well, Eagle, because you love the same holiday I do. I'm going to be in cahoots with you. Watch, this Halloween, you're going to be like, look, girl, look at what I decorated. I'll be like, girl, look at what I decorated. Watch. Oh, your family's favorite is that Christmas? It's charades. Always a family favorite at Christmas. Yeah. See, with me, Christmas Eve, I always give the kids one gift. Oh, you got married on Halloween? So cool. I had a friend that got married on Halloween, and they actually did a Halloween-themed wedding. It was so much fun. But on Christmas Eve, I always give the kids one present, and usually it's PJs. And then Christmas morning, my mom comes over, and we open presents with my mom and the kids and everything, and then we make this huge breakfast, and after that the kids go in their own directions and play with their new toys, but now they're adults, so now we just kind of sit and hang out and play games because now they're all adults. But it was fun. Last year the baby was still little enough so she didn't really get Christmas, but this year she's going to be like 2.5. It's going to be so much fun because she gets it now. Like for her birthday, she actually knew like, oh, I get presents, and she would rip them open. So I'm really excited. I think that's what's going to keep Christmas going for me, is because I get excited for her. While we're on the roll, throw Thanksgiving out the window too. Can't throw out Thanksgiving, Samara. All right, you can throw out Thanksgiving, but can we just do like a dessert day? Can we call it dessert day? Because that's like my favorite part of Thanksgiving is all the pies. All the pies and the, you know, cakes and rolls and everything everybody makes for Halloween. I mean, for Thanksgiving, like the dessert part. And like all the munchy stuff before. I don't really do the meal. I'm never a big mealer, but like my family, we do hors d'oeuvres in the before Thanksgiving, and it's like shrimp and celery with cream cheese, and we do peanuts and pickles and black olives and green olives. I eat all of those, and then by the time the dinner is done, I don't eat it, and then I'm hungry by dessert. Right, skip Thanksgiving dinner, but not the dessert. Correct. Holly, me, you, Carla, and Monkey Mar are in October. Jenna, put your card. It's a freaking go to the store, get credit, and like it's not like an ATM card. It's a stupid points card. Like at the grocery store, you swipe it and you get all your coupons and stuff. That's what it is. Let's see, what else? I need to pack, enjoy. Oh, Clancy, have so much fun. Hey, Super Mario Logan, how are you? I'm an Aries. I'm an Aries. I'm an April baby. Yeah, no, it wasn't a good card. Nobody could have fun with that card. Thank God. Nobody could have fun with it even if it was a good card, so it is what it is. I'm moving to the mountains in October. I'll be there for the holidays, so no trick-or-treaters. I'll miss that. But the mountains? See, that's a tough one. As much as I love Halloween, I can't say I wouldn't mind being in the mountains, away from everybody. I can't say I wouldn't mind being in the mountains. What are you two looking for? I see you're gonna grab it. What are you guys looking for? Can I help you? I don't know what you guys are looking for. I don't know what you guys are looking for. You'll figure it out. I'm a wet fish? Mojo, what is a wet fish? What do you mean? See, I'm all I'm all lost. I'll miss the kids though. Yeah, that's what I love. I love watching the kids run and play, and they get so excited. Like my kids, because always it seemed like Halloween always falls on a school night. I don't know why, but Halloween always falls on a school night. So yeah, the kids get home, you rush to feed them, and then you're working on their costumes, trying to put them on them, get them out the door. Then they come home at 9. I always used to sit down. My kids could never touch the candy until I went through it. I know, I was one of those moms. Like I needed to make sure there was no tears, like people that gave popcorn, like the ball popcorn, I would never let them have it. Anything that looked unwrapped, I wouldn't let them have it. Anything that was made homemade, I wouldn't let them have it. So we would sit in the living room, and me and my husband would go through each piece of candy, and as we're putting them in their piles, they're eating them. So by 9:30, 10 o'clock, my kids are on a sugar rush. They can't go to sleep, and then the next day is torture getting them to go to school. I love coming here. Haven't heard about any of the people you can't get away from it everywhere else. I love the people that come in here. I really do. You guys are all awesome, and everybody gets along, and and we don't talk about stuff that don't matter. Everybody just gets to come in and relax. We'll talk about a case, and then we kind of just shoot the breeze and talk about all different kinds of stuff. And I like to know that everybody in here can just come in and they're not worried to type or stressed or their anxiety's up or anything like that. They just get to be chill and just enjoy the conversation with me and inside the chat. Because I love that you guys all chit chat too. It's pretty cool. But just remember, guys, you guys have been spoiled today. I've been live twice. I've been live twice today, which is, I've never done that, I don't think. I've never gone live twice. Usually I'm a one and done kind of person, but I went live twice today. And I will be live tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning is my Carla, how do I want to word that? Tomorrow is my Carla coffee takeover. Like, she gets to relax and sleep in or whatever, but she won't. She won't sleep in. She'll be worried that I won't be live, just like last week, which I proved her right because I overslept. So she'll be worried that I'll oversleep, but she has my number this week. She has my phone number. So in case my husband forgets the alarm out in the living room, I know one of the girls are going to end up calling me to wake me up. So I'm hoping I can talk to Carla tonight and be like, can you do a phone call wake up at 7, please? So I hope you guys are all coming in tomorrow to see me bright and early. Yes, Jenna Moon is live tomorrow morning at 7:45 for coffee and gabbing. Yes. And I don't know what we're going to talk about. I know that Carla asked me if I had something, in mind to talk about, and I really don't. I think we'll just wing it, unless any of you guys can think of a subject I could talk about tomorrow. Because I think it's I don't want to do, yes, Eastern time. Yep, 7:45 Eastern. I don't want to talk about crime because I'm sorry, first thing in the morning, it's too early for crime, And I definitely don't want to talk about drama because everybody's talking about drama. We talked about Halloween tonight. You're coming on later tonight, right? You're the star after all. I'm the star. So I don't know. I don't know what we can talk about tomorrow. I'll think of something, or you guys will. Usually the chat starts it. Usually even in Carla's, the chat starts it. Somebody brings up a subject and we all run with it. But it's always nicer when somebody comes up on panel, though. It's always nice when somebody comes up on panel because it gives you somebody to chit chat with, because it's hard. I mean, I'm watching chat and I can answer you guys and stuff, but I think when you have somebody up here to keep the conversation going, it's easier for the person on panel also, because it can, like, I'm sitting here like, what can I talk about now? And at least if somebody was up here, I could think of something. But anyways, let's see. Tomorrow it's going to be 84 in my town, which is a nice day. So the sun will be shining and you'll see my beautiful face in the morning. Well, you might not. I don't know. If I get up on time and I can actually get myself ready and I don't look like I rolled out of bed, then I'll cam up. If not, then I was running late and I'm not cammed up. So I think with that, oh, thank you. I did them myself. It's like a purple, but it looks blue for you guys, but it's actually purple. It's like a deep purple. But I can't see myself spending like $45. Usually it's about $45 to go and get your nails done. Mind you, I love doing, I mean, it's really relaxing to go and get pampered. but I can't afford that. So I go to the dollar store and I buy a cheap box of nails. I know for the men, I'm sorry guys. A cheap box of nails, and then I do them myself, and it's much cheaper. And this is metal finish. See, it looks blue, but really I can't get that light. It's actually purple. And I got this at the dollar store too, because I'm all about saving $1. So it's LA Colors, and I got it at the dollar store. And the only thing that stinks is like when you go to the nail salon, the nails, they do the acrylic or they do the dip or whatever, and they're sturdy and they're hard and they don't break. These just get glued on, so they're constantly popping off and I have to re-glue them. But my actual nails are growing, so it's worth it. Because I have a horrible time at growing my nails. Gorgeous, I need to treat my nails. Oh man, oh man. Do you nap during the day, Lufa? I've been having the weirdest sleeping patterns too. I don't know what it is. I haven't been sleeping good. And then, like, I get tired right around dinner time, which I can't because I gotta cook. And then right after dinner, I'm back. I like get my second wind. I've been sleeping like 3 hours a night. It's crazy. I don't know why. I just can't I think I need a new bed. I think that's what it is. I think it's time for a new bed. It could be COVID, because I really am not active, that's for sure. Because I was going to the gym and stuff, but once COVID hit, I know that they say the gyms are open and I can but no thank you. People sweat in gyms. And mask or not, no thank you. They can say they're wiping down their equipment all they want, but nope. I am not going back to the gym until I know this crap is over. No way. I have a little one in my house that I have to think about, so pretty much the only exercise I get is when I walk the dogs. So yeah. Wiping their equipment. Are you laughing at me, Samara? California is still on a semi-lockdown, nothing to do. Yeah, see, here in Mass, it's still on a semi-lockdown. They're starting to open things, but when they open things, all of a sudden they get another, like, spike in cases, so then they take it away from us, and then they give it back to us. I can't keep up. I'll just stay in my house. Just let me know when it's done. That's how I feel right about now. Because one minute they're telling you, oh, it's getting better. And then the next minute, nope, it's not getting better. Like I said, I'll just let me know when it's done. I'll stay in the house. Dark and lovely, hello. We aren't laughing at you, we're laughing with you. That's right, Eagle. But I think I'm going to go so I can actually get, hopefully, a good night's sleep so I can get up early tomorrow to greet all of you first thing in the morning. I hope I see all of you here. And I thank you guys for being in my live tonight. It means a lot to me. You guys are all fabulous as always. Well, I'm about to head there myself, Mojo. And no problem, Lutha. Thank you for coming in. You'll be there tomorrow? Okay, Mojo, I'll see you then. In Cali, you can run from fires. That could be a good work. That definitely could be a good workout. So if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you could hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down, don't matter. I like either one of them. And I hope you all have a great night. And I'll see you in the morning. And everybody stay healthy, stay happy, and stay you. I love you all. And thank you for the ones that donated tonight. It was very much appreciated. I thank you. And I'll see you guys all in the morning. Bye, guys.